What's good, fam? Welcome back to the channel. Now, if you are new, make sure you do become part of the luxury. We stay lit. We on the road to 1 million, no cap. So now look it. Before we get into this video, let me say that you need to follow my main channel. Alright? I also have a vlog channel too. You need to follow both of those. I post very consistently on both of those. I posted a video yesterday. But in this video right here, what we're gonna be watching. This is how animals say goodbye to the dead. Alright? This seemed very, very interesting. So without further ado, let's get straight into it.
How do they say consciousness or not is one of the most controversial questions in science. While owners of cats and dogs humanize them and attribute their emotions to their pets, many scientists are much more skeptical about the emotional intellect of animals. They are convinced that even if animals can feel the way we do, their emotional spectrum is still limited. However, examples from real life prove the opposite. Today, we will show you some videos which will convince even die-hard skeptics that animals definitely have emotions, and they can grieve over their loved ones just like humans.
Let's see it, man. Definitely want to see this.
Crows. Ornithologists have long known that crows behave very strangely when they see corpses of their kin. Usually, they gather around them and let out ear-piercing caws.
Wow.
For a long time, it was assumed that this is their way to arrange a funeral. However, this theory has not been confirmed until this experiment happened. The experiment was conducted by the American researcher Kaylee Swift. For several days, she went to Seattle City Park to feed local ravens with peanuts, and then she appeared in the same place in a completely different outfit. The girl put on a scary mask and was holding a stuffed dead crow in her hands. The results of the experiment shocked scientists. After noticing Kaylee, one of the birds immediately raised the alarm. Others responded, and the whole flock of birds seemed to caw at the girl from the trees, raising their beak to the sky as if yelling. This really looks
well, yeah, because you look like a damn serial killer holding one of their niggas in your hand. What kind of shit is that? I'm gonna yell at you too.
Some unusual ritual. Kaylee, however, believes that the birds warned their kin from nearby areas about the danger. But this isn't the most surprising thing about this experiment. The day after the crow's funeral, Kaylee returned to the park in her usual guise to feed the birds again. They accepted the treat, however, with greater reluctance and caution. According to the researcher, they seemed to be alarmed. And when Kaylee once again dressed up like a villain, putting on that same mask, the incredible happened. It turned out that the crows remembered her. They immediately began to scream and tried to drive her out of the territory. And memory, as you know, is the basis of intelligence. Langur monkeys. Langur monkey is a species of primate from the Sarcopithecidae family, which mainly lives in India. In the course of one experiment, reporters discovered these monkeys react to the death of their kin the same way
Bro, is that an actual monkey sitting down right? What's happening right there? He look like he's chilling.
Scientists placed an animatronic monkey with video cameras instead of eyes in the forest. One of the monkeys grabbed the root and unintentionally dropped it from the tree. Seeing a little body spread out on the ground, he decided that he had accidentally killed the baby. The primate immediately began to mourn the body of the robot, bending his head down, as if feeling guilty. Soon other monkeys joined him. They sniffed the body of the little robot and gave each other a comforting hug, just like at a real funeral. It's especially touching to see how the parents hugged their children, looking at the dead robot. Man. Seeing this, how can you say animals have no feelings? Internet users who have seen this video were amazed by the incredible sense of empathy the monkeys have for each other. However,
monkeys, come on, monkeys really do have emotions like that. Like, people say that we derive from monkeys.
Notice that carrying out such experiments is cruel because now the monkeys can be tormented by guilt for the rest of their lives.
Hell yeah,
Those
bro.
scientists still debate whether animals can feel guilt. What do you think?
I think honestly, I think they do, bro. That's a traumatizing experiment. Imagine we weren't like that intelligent and you thought you killed someone, bro. Killing someone is like the worst guilt in the world, especially if you didn't mean to. Are you kidding me?
The next video is not an experiment, but real footage from a nature reserve. But before commenting on it, we shall note that according to scientists, chimpanzees share 90% of their DNA with humans. And this means that they can communicate in sign language, use tools, and make weighted decisions. And, of course, to experience emotions.
Crazy.
This video was filmed in Zambia, Africa, where a group of scientists accidentally witnessed an incredible scene. The researchers worked in a fenced territory almost 1 square kilometer in area, which was inhabited by a group of chimpanzees with roughly 43 species. A pair of chimpanzees found the body of a dead 9-year-old male. However, to the surprise of the researchers, dozens of other primates got here too in a few minutes. For a long time, all chimpanzees remained completely silent, as if attending a real funeral. Only a few of them gently sniffed the body and touched it. According to scientists, they have never seen anything like it. Such behavior clearly indicates that chimpanzees realized what happened.
You hit the damn body!
But the most amazing thing happened later. One of the chimpanzees, a mother who recently lost her baby, brought its body to the place of grief and sat down a couple of meters away from her kin. Perhaps she connected these two events in her head and decided to join the grieving. Still, scientists are reluctant to use the term grief for such situations since they don't have enough empirical data. Pilot whales. Pilot whales, or blackfish, are highly developed mammals whose brain is twice as large as that of a human. Of course, the pilot whale's mental abilities cannot be compared to ours, but they are still pretty smart for animals. For example, they display highly developed social behavior. It is known that they will never leave their kin in trouble, which can sometimes lead to sad consequences. For example, according to some theories, pilot whales can beach themselves ashore when one of them dies.
Damn, bro. Damn, those are mad whales, bro. Damn.
Here, you can see a pilot whale mother mourning the death of her calf who died from ocean debris. She gently touches his head, drags the calf with her along the ocean, and opens her mouth, as if crying.
Bro, they literally died
It's
because
clear
of
that
us,
the animal
bro.
refuses to accept the death of its baby, and this requires intelligence.
so sad.
It is impossible not to feel sad when you look at this scene, especially if you realize that humans are responsible for the death of a huge number of sea creatures. Dolphins. Now let's talk about ordinary dolphins, who are often believed to have human-like qualities and intelligence. After this video, shot by a group of scientists in the Mediterranean Sea, was posted on the internet, many researchers wondered, can dolphins experience grief? After all, how else could you explain the behavior of this animal, which has been swimming around its deceased friend for an hour as if trying to wake it from a long sleep?
Why they include this movie clip though?
Scientists admit that dolphins have been known to experience psychological reactions similar to sorrow. Some female dolphins, for example, can carry their dead babies in their jaws for weeks. At the same time, researchers noticed that such behavior is not quite so common among whales. Biologists attribute this to differences in brain structure. In any case, the scientific community is still debating whether dolphins and other animals can grieve. Certainly,
I know
studies
dolphins are definitely
complicated
smart,
by the
bro.
fact that we can't talk to animals and ask them questions directly. So, to some extent, scientists have to interpret what they see. Elephants.
Oh yeah, most definitely
We know
elephants.
that elephants are social animals that are very attached to their family members. They not only help their sick, but also honor the dead in a special way.
I know elephants are really. I know elephants really do have emotions because I've seen enough videos with elephants.
Here, for example, you can see the unusual ritual performed by elephants when one of them dies.
Did they say unusual or usual?
When one of them dies.
I don't know if it said usual or unusual.
Here, for example, you can see the unusual
it said
ritual
unusual.
performed by elephants when one of them dies. Usually, when other elephants see the body, they carefully touch it with their trunks or even try to put their deceased on their feet. When they realize what's happened,
Wow.
they begin to trumpet loudly. Then a kind of funeral begins. Elephants throw leaves and earth on the body of the deceased and then
Wow.
visit the grave for several days. They stand next to it for a long
Wow.
time in complete silence, as if truly mourning the death of one of their kind.
Wow,
What's more
man, that's
amazing is
crazy.
that elephants perform a similar ritual even when they discover the bones of a long dead elephant. First, they form a close circle around the remains, then turn or lift the bones with their trunks and stroke them. Scientists analyzing the behavior of these
Wow.
mammals believe that this indicates their understanding of the phenomenon of death and
Bro,
awareness
honestly,
of the
I feel
loss.
like I've definitely seen an elephant in real life, but I need to go see him again. I really want to touch him and like, you know what I'm saying, like love them low key. Bro, elephants are really some beautiful creatures, man.
Loved ones. Penguins. Emperor penguins living in Antarctica are used to the harsh climate. In winter,
Damn.
temperatures there can reach minus 40 degrees with a wind speed of up to
Dude, imagine
40
being so cold that you all have to get together. That's horrible.
meters per second. Not so long ago, scientists found that penguins' feathers help them survive the cold. In addition, these animals gather together in groups to get warm,
Damn, bro.
just like in this video. Of course, the ones in the middle get the most out of this protection. They are surrounded by the penguins, minimizing their exposure to the cold. But the ones on the windward edge have a hard time. To solve this problem, penguins came up with a special rotation system. They periodically change their position to give everyone the opportunity to get warm.
No way!
Alas, for the smallest members of the group, this could be risky. They can die not only from the cold, but also as a result of a tragic accident. This baby penguin died during a snowstorm.
Damn, bro.
When the mother finally found him, it was already too late. For some time, the mother tried to revive the baby, poking him with her beak and crying. But it didn't help. In a few moments, another female approached her and seemed to start comforting her friend, mourning with her.
Wow, man.
And boy, is it difficult to look at this scene without crying. Take care of animals
Without
in
crying,
nature.
yeah.
Though scientists have not yet been able to prove other living creatures can feel emotions, the videos you saw speak for themselves. We are certain that many animals can rejoice, grieve, and mourn just like humans. So keep this in mind, and don't let anyone else forget about this.
Wow, that was a really, really enjoyable video. Very, very enjoyable video. I hope you guys did also enjoy that video. My camera's about to die, so we made it just in time, man. That's crazy. I mean, yeah, I mean, I always believe that animals honestly do have emotions, which is kind of sad now that I think about it. Wow, that's so sad. Because we really be going crazy with eating these cows. Like, bro, what? But I mean, at the end of the day, it is